Dr. Jenny Holland, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me today.
You're most welcome. All right. My opening question to you is, can you tell me about your journey to becoming a psychologist, a blesser, and storyteller?
Yes, I can actually. Um, I don't actually have my notes that I wrote up because I'm not sure how to look at them and talk to
Mhm.
you. So I'm going to have to just kind of speak from the heart, if that's
Sure,
okay.
sure.
Yeah. So I have been a psychologist for over 2 decades now,
Wow.
and I've really enjoyed my time in clinical practice and am grateful for the opportunity to help people. But it is sort of a one on one endeavor, and I've reached a point in my own thinking and spiritual development where I want my voice and my experience to reach more people and be able to offer help, not just to those who can afford to come and see me.
Um, but then how did the blesser and storyteller part come in there?
The blesser storyteller part comes in because it's a little bit more universal than looking
Okay.
at one person's specific problems at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But in looking at individual pain and
Mm-hmm.
suffering, one of the answers that I've arrived at, people are often
Mm-hmm.
telling me, Dr. Holland, I know everything. We've been over everything. We've talked for a long time. But what do I do now? Right?
Mm-hmm.
They want a practical method for improving their
Mm-hmm.
lives and getting out of places where they feel stuck. And so um, I started offering blessings at the end of
Okay.
every session, just organically what was coming to me based on my experience in the room. And once I started offering blessings as part of the treatment,
Mm-hmm.
my people started healing at a much faster rate.
Wow, that's amazing. Are there any, let's say, psychologists and blessers and storytellers that you look up to? Like, were there any like inspirations behind all of that in terms of those people?
I think my inspiration at this point is coming primarily from my lived experience in the treatment room with my
Hmm.
clients. I look up to them because it requires a lot to show up with vulnerability and a willingness to understand the soul and look at yourself clearly. So I actually try to model myself after the very vulnerability that is um, created between us in the therapy room. And I want my writing to reflect that as well.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. All right. What have been like, let's say, your highlights thus far?
Um, my highlight this far has been what
Hmm.
started out as a personal spiritual practice, writing weekly
Hmm.
essays, has
Hmm.
become sort of a phenomenon. We're approaching almost a million reads on one
Wow.
essay that I wrote,
Hmm.
called I Will Not Stop Until I Am Blessed. And that
Hmm.
was, for me, all about taking a psychology and a biography of being less than or treated like you don't matter because of a physical difference and turning it into a blessing and something soulful and something that everyone can relate to. And
Sure.
so the most surprising thing is
Mm-hmm.
how resonant this is and how universal it is. And it's the first time in my life where I've had an opportunity to meet people from other places in the world and get a better understanding of their culture as well.
Do you mind if I ask you like which people in the world in terms of countries?
Well, I mean, right now, South Africa is sort of my biggest supporter.
Wow.
South Africa and the United States, and that's really exciting to me.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. Uh, what have been the lowlights, if any?
I think what has been low? Well, when I start speaking the truth
Hmm.
clearly and without apology, it
Hmm.
has been painful that my immediate community has not been all of that responsive. I was hoping that in getting some eyes on my story and my work, that things that have been barriers, such
Hmm.
as architectural um, access issues to the places where I want to be spiritual, having the world starting to read my work hasn't
Hmm.
made any impact on whether or not I can get into the building.
Sure. Right. So, what are your plans for 2026 and beyond?
Well, I'm glad you asked because I'm actually really excited about the future. I
Hmm.
am I've been working in Northern California and seeing clients in my office one at a time, day by day. And now I'm planning to take it on the road. I'm going to
Hmm.
be visiting Portugal for the month of May,
Okay.
and I'm hoping to set up talks and salons and just places where like-minded people who are thinking about speaking the truth and telling the truth and offering blessing can
Hmm.
gather.
All right. Okay, I'll ask you my final question and then I'll get to the comment questions. All right, my
Hmm.
final question to you is what are your words of inspiration for upcoming psychologists, blessers, and storytellers?
My words at this point are, no matter who you are or your circumstance, do not stop speaking clearly and
Hmm.
reaching for blessing, no
Hmm.
matter what. Do not stop until you feel seen and held and welcomed and you've found your people, because we exist.
Okay, that's beautiful. All right, I'll get to the comment question now. Okay, this is from Jitin Rishika. Hi, Dr. Holland. What advice would you give to a learner who is ADHD, need acceptance in the community, etc.?
Hmm. I would say that having ADHD or anything that shapes your experience a little bit differently is something to be proud of and something to
Hmm.
lean into. The fact that you have been given the circumstance which allows you to see things from different angles and different lenses and different perspective.
Okay.
So, in other
All
words,
right.
to see
Mhm.
your disability or your difference as a strength and a blessing, and to come from that place.
Wow. All right. Well, I got to say the thanks so much for, giving me your time and I hope to catch up with you soon in the future, especially regarding the Portugal side of things, I mean.
Yeah, I'm excited to like start traveling and get out there, and the world is a lot wider than the world I've been in, and I have a lot to learn from people too.
All right. Take care, hey.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
You're most welcome.
Okay, bye.